One, you get to understand the sales process, the communication process, the pull factors of sales communication, and the push factors of sales communication. The success of every business ultimately rests on the shoulder of your sales processes. Business Growth Summit 101 in 2023 will give you the blueprint on how to build and apply this sales communication process to truly optimize the growth and cash flow potential of your business. So, we encourage you to join us on a daily basis and learn how to apply these practical tools to growing and scaling your brands. To recognize that there are right and wrong ways to start your business. One of the things that we see is that there are a number of rising stars in business that start their operation without truly understanding the cost of running a business. It is necessary for you to have a clear picture in terms of what is your cash flow projection, what is the expenditure projection, and more so, what is your cash flow game plan. In the absence of this body of knowledge, you are likely to struggle in business. But there's hope. I'm happy to say that we at Pitch Deck 101 LLC out of New York, we have built a very unique business ecosystem that enables you to understand the real cost of running your business. So we encourage you to reach out to us now to learn more of the best steps that you can take to win in business. Okay, viewers, welcome to another broadcast of Business Growth Summit 101. And today is the fourth day since we have started this initiative. And I want to thank the general public from across the world who have been giving us feedback in terms of the content of this program and the value that it is given to you. Thanks a million. Today promises to be another exciting day. Of course, today we're going to be looking, our main topic is the cost to run your business. This is such an important topic. And so today we will do a deep dive into this talking point. But just before we get to looking at those issues, I want to introduce a few other members of the panel of the team. I have Jade Thompson today, and Jade Thompson will be talking to us about important issues in relation to credit cards. You know, one of the reasons we want to go into this is because we see millions of people in the US and across the world that are accessing credit, and the credit is becoming bad debt. Is there a way to fix that? Yes, there is a way to fix that. And on this platform, our vision, our aim is to provide you with the kind of information so you could make better business decision and possibly better life decision. We also have Dr. Shakira on our team today. And Dr. Shakira, as I would have mentioned, she is a subject matter expert in real estate. And she will be talking to us about down payment assistance. So if you want to purchase your first home, she will walk you through a step-by-step approach to really help you to understand what down payment assistance is out there, and also provide you with additional information so you can win in the real estate acquisition. But without further delay, I want to introduce Jade Thompson. Just before I give Jade the floor, I want to quickly recap some of the realities around credit cards in the US. We see in excess of 70% of the American population that has a credit card. We have above 30% of that number that has between 3 to 4 credit cards. Now, what we are also seeing, which is very troubling, is that 53% of the population that is using credit, they need help in debt mitigation. So, one of the reasons we are bringing this program is to speak to the millions of people across the US and across the world who are likely to take a debt and that debt becomes a bad debt. We're providing you with this kind of information so you're able to make better decision for your business and for your life. Now, in the event that you need more knowledge than what we've given on these platforms, I encourage you to reach out to us on Pitch Deck 101 LLC. If you look at the screen, you will see the numbers scrolling along the screen. Feel free to call us at those numbers, and also feel free to check out the website so you will have more information in terms of what we are doing. So, Jed, welcome once again. Jed is a specialist in marketing and research. He is also currently pursuing studies in the investment banking and private equity investment. So, Jed, I must say it's a tremendous pleasure to have you here today to do your usual, which is to whet the public appetite on issues relating to monies. So I pass control over to you, Jed.
All right, thank you, Mr. Thompson. And hello, everyone. My name is Jay Thompson, and I am the marketing specialist for Pitch Deck 101 and 10X Branding and Marketing LLC out of New York. And welcome to the fourth day of the Business Growth Summit 101. And today I want to talk about the 5 credit card builders. And I believe that this is very important in building personal credits. And the 5 credit card builders talks about the importance of your payment history, the utilization ratio, the length of credit history, mix of accounts, and new accounts. And it is very important for you to learn, apply, and master these credit card builders. So without further ado, let's go into payment history. And payment history is very, very important because this makes up 35% of what is reported on your credit score. And what exactly is your payment history? This is a track record that shows you how well or how poorly you're managing your credit card debt. You always want to make sure that you're paying your bills on time because if you don't, the regulatory remarks will show up on your credit report. You also have to pay interest, and this will also bring down your credit score as a result. Next, let's talk about the utilization ratio. And the utilization ratio is also very important because this makes up 30% of what is reported on your credit score. And what exactly is your utilization ratio? This is the amount of money that you are utilizing on your credit score. And you always want to make sure that your utilization is below 30% before your close date. And what exactly happens on your close date? On the close date, your balance is reported to the credit bureaus such as Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. Good. So if your utilization is below 30%, then this will show the credit bureaus that you are taking yourself serious as a credit card user, you are credit responsible, and you're credit worthy. And this will help you to build your credit score. But if your utilization is reported as above 30%, then this will show the credit bureaus that you are not responsible in leveraging your credit, and this will show that you are not credit worthy. And this is why it is very, very important for you to understand the utilization ratio. Next, I want to talk about the length of credit history. And this makes up of 15% of what is reported on your credit score. And what exactly is the length of credit history? This is the age of your accounts. But the longer your cards are opened and is leveraged effectively, the better your credit score will be. But let me give you a little tip, because what we see is that there are new credit card owners and they don't have the sufficient amount of credit history. So what you can do is that you can become an authorized user on someone else's credit card. It could be a close friend or a close family member. And as you become a authorized user, you're able to get their length of credit history so that you can build your credit score easier. Next, I want to talk about the mix of accounts. And the mix of accounts makes up 10% of what is reported on your credit score. And what exactly is the mix of accounts? This is the type of accounts that you have on your credit reports. It could be multiple credit cards, it could be vehicle loans, and it could be mortgages. And this is also very, very important. I can't emphasize this enough. And last but not least, I want to talk about new accounts. And this is also very important because what we see is that there are new credit card owners. They see the benefits of having a credit card. So what they do, they apply for credit cards weekly. But guess what? They don't know that this is affecting their credit score. So what you need to be doing is that you want to apply for a credit card and you want to leverage it for 3 to 4 months. And as you're able to apply your credit card and build personal credits, here's where you can apply for a next credit card and you can leverage it for the next 3 to 4 months and you continue that cycle. And as you do that too, you're able to build the length of credit history. And there you have it. These are the 5 key credit card builders in building your personal credit. And without further ado, this is the end of my presentation. But before, my name is Jay Thompson. I'm the branding and marketing specialist for Pitch Deck 101 and 10XB and M LLC out of New York. And if you want to know more about personal and business credits or debt, equity credit, hard money lending, and creative financing, feel free to visit our website, which is pitchdeck101.org to book your consultation. Thank you.
Oh, wow, that was a powerful presentation. And I took away 5 important concepts from what you just presented. Jade, you talk about the credit history, and you speak about the importance of knowing, building credit history. You spoke about the utilization ratio. One of the things that you said is that the utilization ratio should be below 30%. Again, I just want to give a little graphical picture in terms of what Jade is saying. Now, in the financial world, as you start to access either personal or business credit, personal meaning that you're leveraging your FICO score, business means that you're leveraging your PAYDEX score to access capital. Let us suppose that you get access to $100,000. On the personal side, what Jed is saying that your utilization should not go above 30%. So if you have $100,000, you should never spend above $29,000. And this is what will keep you in good standing. And what we see happen very often is that many persons, they go way beyond the 30%, they max out the card without taking consideration the billing cycle. And when that happens, you fall into, what they say, hot water. All right. You struggle in credit, you struggle in debt, and you struggle, you feel as though the cycle of debt is just, spinning completely out of control, and you have, absolutely no control over this. So these are very, very strong points that Jade would have emphasized. What I want to say to this also is that it is different in terms of business credit. So when you're leveraging your PAYDEX score, it is different. All right. You don't have that utilization ratio, but there are other things for you to know. But I know as time progresses, Jade will go much deeper into this so as to ensure that you understand the ecosystem surrounding business credit and personal credit. Of course, Jade is emphasizing personal credit because as a new person's getting into credit card, and even when you're attempting to leverage your PAYDEX score to access funding, because the fact that your business may not have the history that it is supposed to have, the funding institution will not provide funding to the business. So this is what's going to happen. You would have to do a PG, which they call a personal guarantee. And they will pull everything from your personal credit rating to make an objective assessment as to if you're creditworthy at the business side. Until that business would have built up enough business history, as Jade hinted on, the business in itself will not be able to attain funding uh, in its business identity. Of course, there are some, ifs and buts. There's some shortcuts around that. There's some ways in navigating that. But as time progresses, we will go deeper into those concepts. Jed, I really want to say that, I'm so proud of you. I'm so impressed with, your presentation. I know this is only your first week um, in front, the media land, the social media platform. You're going global and you're doing this with confidence. You're doing this in style. So that definitely speak of your leadership and the quality mentorship that you're getting all around. So with that being said, I want to thank you from the depths of my heart for that wonderful presentation.
Don't mention it. It's good. Thank you.
Like,
Hi, Dr. Shakira. You hear me now?
yes, good morning.
Good morning. Yes, I seems to be talking with the mute on. I don't know why. Um, I was talking to Jade early on, and I was saying how proud and impressed I am with him. I think this is only his first week in social media, first week going global via these platforms, and he's doing it with confidence. I went on to talk about you, a very talented young lady. You have a history in real estate investment. You are a certified realtor, and you hold your doctorate in pharmacy. You're a pharmacist by profession, also. So I know today you will be giving us your insight in terms of down payment assistance, because this is your way, this is our way in providing information to the American population, the global population. Because if you're a foreign national, we can also set you up with some of the things that Dr. Shakir is about to start talking about. So, Dr. Shakir, without any delay, I pass control to you, and looking forward to your excellent presentation as usual.
Thank you, Gary. It's good to be here. I just want to say that you are a great leader. And Jed, you did an excellent job talking about credit cards. And I heard you talking about utilization ratio being less than 30. And it's so important. Credit is so important. And we often don't realize how important it is because it's not taught in the school system. So so I am Shakira. I am a real estate investor. And what I do is I help you build wealth through real estate investing. So today I'm going to talk about down payment assistance. This is generally for first time home buyers. However, you don't have to be a first time home buyer. If you have not had a home within the last 3 years, you could qualify for down payment assistance. And I'm just going to let you know what is out here. This is the traditional path, but we also offer what is called creative financing. So, There are government programs out here that offer down payment assistance. There are state, county, and city programs. One program in particular is called NACA. It's spelled NACA. So with NACA, there is no money down and also no closing costs. There is another program by the name of Chenoa Fund. It's spelled CHENOA. They offer up to 3.5% of the purchase price of the home. You have your big banks, Bank of America, Chase, Wells Fargo. Just to let you know that that is out there. As far as the big banks go, there is a greater chance that they will deny you. Hence, to let you know that we offer creative financing. So even if you do get denied, you can still get the financing that you need and go ahead and purchase your home or your investment property. So there's the big banks out there. There's also the credit unions. Credit unions offer down payment assistance. There are also nonprofit organizations. So this is for first-time home buyers. It is also if you have not had a home within the last 3 years. You can qualify without being a resident. You don't have to be a resident as long as you work in that area. So there are some requirements that these programs have. They have different requirements, and we can help you with that. Some will have higher interest rates and higher fees. Some will require you to stay in the home for a certain length of time. So it's important to know what the requirements are. Also, some will require you to pay that down money payment assistance back if you sell the home or if you refinance the home. So it's important to know that, to know what the requirements are for each program. Also to ask important questions like how soon can you rent the home? If you plan to use it as a house hack or if you plan to use it as an investment property, some have rules on how soon you can actually rent that property. So it would be important to know the rules for each specific program. We can give you the support that you need with that. Also, we can offer creative financing. So there's other financing out here besides the ones that I just mentioned. I just wanted to give you a full picture of the things that are available to you. So to learn more, you can go to pitchdeck101.org. Again, I am Shakira. I'm a real estate investor, and I help you build wealth through real estate investing.
Wow, that was a lot of information, Shakira. And, I really admire you for your, tremendous research skill and your willingness to really provide, quality information to the consuming public to really help them to win, either at a personal level in owning real estate or at the business level in real estate. And I really just want to emphasize some of what you would have said. For those who might be first-time buyers and you do not have the down payment to invest in your property, I want to say to you that there is down payment assistance, as Shakira just disclosed. They are the federal government that wants to work with you. And we are in contact with some of these entities. Those that we are not in contact with, you can get in contact with them to ensure that you're getting the kind of assistance that you need to win in business and to win in life. We are also able to help you to get hard money lending. We specialize in all type of financial instrument, meaning debt, equity, credit, creative financing, and hard money lending. The beauty about working with Pitch Deck 101 LLC out of New York and 10X B&M LLC out of New York is that we are not only talking about how to access, but we will teach you how to leverage and how to mitigate debt. It is your ability to mitigate debt, meaning reducing your debt life cycle, reducing your debt costs, that is really going to enable you to win in the world of money, in the world of finance. And I'm happy to say that we have a number of financial experts in our team, certified public accountants, investment bankers, those who are involved in private equity investments, study global finance, and they're all here to provide the necessary support for you to ensure that you win. So, Shakira, I want to say hats off to you, kudos to you for such a wonderful presentation. All right, so what I will do now, I will go straight into the another area of discussion, and then I'll come back to Shakira to perhaps reinforce the information she would have just shared before we close out today's program. So thanks a million again, Shakira.
Thank you.
Dr. Shakira, you're welcome. All right, the next topic that I want us to look at today is a concept that we call the cost of running a business. Now, why is this so important? Why is this so important? So I'm going to play an ad, and then I'm going to come back to this conversation, and we're going to do a deep dive into the cost of running a business and why you should know this cost. To recognize that there are right and wrong ways to start your business. One of the things that we see is that there are a number of rising stars in business that start their operation without truly understanding the cost of running a business. It is necessary for you to have a clear picture in terms of what is your cash flow projection, what is the expenditure projection, and more so, what is your cash flow game plan. In the absence of this body of knowledge, you are likely to struggle in business. But there's hope. I'm happy to say that we at Pitch Deck 101 LLC out of New York, we have built a very unique business ecosystem that enables you to understand the real cost of running your business. So we encourage you to reach out to us now to learn more of the best steps that you can take to win in business. Great. So based on that ad, today, the fourth day of the Business Growth Summit, I want to do a deep dive, and I welcome you to take this journey with me as we do this deep dive into the cost of running a business. What is it that you take away or should take away when you hear the concept, the cost to run a business? First of all, is what we call the cash flow projection. And what is the cash flow projection? The cash flow projection can also be referred to as the annual financial target that you may set for the business. Secondly, you need to focus on the expenditure projection. Now, the expenditure projection is what we're going to call the total cost of running your business. And I will do a deep dive into all of this shortly. But what I see happens very often, I am interfacing with clients from all over the world, and they may have a cash flow projection. They may have an expenditure projection, those who are lucky enough to have it, but you don't have your cash flow game plan. Now, what is the cash flow game plan? The cash flow game plan is largely based on market intelligence and market access strategies. We'll talk about some of that today. But just before I begin to dissect this body of knowledge, I want to emphasize a couple of things. Starting a business anywhere in the world can be one of the most rewarding decisions that you have ever made. I have been in business for quite a number of years, and because of business, it enabled me to resign in my 30s. And I believe that anyone who gets into business and truly understand the nature of running a business and running a business the right way, you too can win. You too can retire early. Now, there's a couple of things that I want to point out here also. I am seeing that there are many persons in business. You can set up your business and your business can become a franchise, meaning that you build out your business ecosystem so well that your business is now a franchise. And by franchise, what do I mean? Some of the popular franchises that you're aware of are places like KFC and churches and Pizza Hut. Those are popular franchise. But in business terms, your business too can be built out to become a franchise, but your business has to be properly systemized, properly structured, properly developed. I'm happy to say to you that we are interfacing with a number of business experts in the US that can work with you to take your business to a franchise. And when this happens, it means that you can throw back and the systems that you have built out, they're working for you. So you get it right the first time and it pays you for the rest of your life. And that's the beauty of starting a business and starting the business in the right way. What are other options that are available to you as a business owner? You can sell your business. I have a lot of friends who are in merger and acquisitions, and they can put you in contact with people who want to buy your business. And just think about this. You took the time, you systemize your business, you develop very strong processes in your business, and you're able to put your business to the market at hundreds of thousands of dollars. And I'm talking here US dollars, millions of US dollars. And with this type of payoff, guess what? You too can retire early. But to do this and to do it successfully, it means that you must take the time to truly understand the foundation upon which to build a successful business on. What I'm about to go into today is going to give you a glimpse into the steps that you need to take to build that strong ecosystem around your business. So you too can build a franchise. You too can sell out your business in a merger and acquisition. And the third concept that I'm going to give, the third benefit that I'm going to give, you can also take your business IPO, which we call the initial public offer. Now, your business has to reach certain pre-qualifications to get to the IPO. But guess what? When you build your business up in the right way, you don't have to worry about the pre-qualification to get to an IPO. I talk about the benefits of going to an IPO. We can give you that support to ensure that you have the foundation to build your business up properly so you can now go to the IPO. Now, what is an IPO? An IPO is an initial public offer. It means that you're now taking your business public. And one of the advantages in taking your business public is that you're able to raise massive amount of money, millions of dollars, possibly billions of US dollars when you build your business up properly. So if you recall, over the last few days of starting this program, you had a Lou that would have walked you through a sequence of activities that you need to take to build your business up properly. And Jade also take us through a sequence of different activities or steps that you need to take to build your business up properly. So these are some of the things that you would need to do. And you too can enjoy the benefits of being your own boss and starting your own business. So there's tremendous joy and excitement and benefits in positioning yourself as a leader in your organization. And I believe that you too can do this. If you need help, I encourage you to reach out to Pitch Deck 101 LLC out of New York. The numbers are scrolling on the screen, and feel free to call us. Now, having walked you through the benefits, I want to take you through a couple of things that we have recognized. When we talk about your cash flow projection, what exactly am I talking about? We are talking about projected income based on project activities. And I want to, dissect this body of knowledge. So moving forward, you have a clear mental picture of what is your cash flow projection or what it should look like. Because when you come to people like us looking for funding for your business, we're going to ask you for this. And if it's not done properly, we're going to take you back to the drawing board to get it right. So take note. So perhaps you can do this on your own so you don't have to incur the cost when you come to us to get this done. So what exactly is the projected income based on project activities? A couple of things that I want to map out here. One, this simply means that you want to be clear about your financial projection. You want to be absolutely clear about your financial projection. Let's take, for example, you might say that you want to generate $1 million in annual revenue. Is that clear enough a financial projection? To us, not necessarily so, because the financial projection should coincide with what we call your business model. What the business model is. The business model is you being able to clearly identify the vehicle that you're going to be using to cash flow. It's not enough to just sit and say wishfully, I want to generate $1 million at the end of the day or at the end of the year. You need to take the time to understand the vehicle, the process, the tool, the systems that you're going to be using that's going to help you to cash flow. In this case, for this presentation, we can say that the business model that you're going to be using is a management consultancy firm. So you know that you're going to start a management consultancy firm or leverage a management consultancy firm to generate $1 million, $1 million US in annual revenue. But is this clear enough? Let's go a little deeper here. Now that you know that you want to generate $1 million, now that you know that you are going to be using a management consultancy firm to help you accomplish this, you need to also be very clear about the number of clients that you need in order to generate the $1 million. For this example, we're going to say that the number of clients that you need annually is just 20 clients. So you have three things work out here: your cash flow projection, your business model, the number of clients. The next thing that you need to put here, you want to be clear about these things. The next thing you're going to put here is the annual cost for labor per client. So you have 20 clients and how much you're going to be charging those clients annually. In this case, you're going to be charging each client $50K to service their business portfolios on an annual basis. So $50K times 20, it will give you a sum total of $1 million. So kudos. Here you have a breakdown of what your cash flow projection should look like. But is this the beginning and the end? Absolutely not. Because what happens very often, and we interface with this a lot of times, where you find people, they have in their thought process the amount of money that you want to cash flow. But guess what? In their thought process, they are not looking at the cost of running that business. So yes, you may cash flow $1 million, but guess what? Your expenditure exceeds $1 million. So you put a lot of time, talent, and resources into cash flowing your business only to recognize that you are only at a break-even point or you're at a deficit in running your business. This is why it's important to have your cash flow projection. So there are a lot of, experts out there that may say to you, you don't need a business plan. You don't need your cash flow projection. I'm purporting to be different. I'm saying that you need it, because if you're going to come to us, private equity investors, and you're looking for money to grow and scale your business, you come to us with wishful thinking and don't come to us with data and see who's going to be more successful. So I'm just preparing you to be successful. So the next thing that you need to look at here is your expenditure projection. Now, what exactly is your expenditure projection? Don't just focus on the income projection, because there's a cost to realize the financial targets that you're going to be setting for yourself. So let's look at the expenditure projection from two different perspectives. We're going to look at what is fixed cost, And what we're going to look at is semi-variable cost. So what are some fixed costs that business is likely to incur? Because, for example, you're doing a management consultancy firm and you want to ensure that your ambience and aesthetics is appealing to your specific target market. You cannot run, a properly established management consultancy from a fish market. It has to have the ambience and the aesthetics. And as Jed would say, when you have the ambience and the aesthetic, this is how you're able to command attention, pique interest, arouse desire, move your client into action, make impact, and convert first-time users into lifetime customers. And there's a cost to accomplish all of this. So let's go through some of these costs. There are things like rent. You can't run away from rent. There are things like utilities. You have your light, you have AC, you have these different type of utilities that you have to focus on. You have equipment, you have supplies, you have insurance policies, you have salaries, you have other benefits and legal counsel. In doing your business, you want to ensure that you have a legal counsel on your side. Absolutely, necessary. And these are things that you need to have a budget for them. If you don't, guess what? You don't fully understand the cost of running a business, and when these costs do pops up, you're somewhat unprepared to deal with them, and it undermines your efforts in business. You want to know, if you have the information, if you're like the proactive leaders who are thinking ahead, seeing beyond problems, and taking informed action to achieve the desired results, you're going to always win in business. And I'm happy to say that we at Pitch Deck 101 LLC out of New York and 10X B&M LLC out of New York, we have a unique business ecosystem set up to ensure that you win every time in business. Now let's look at some semi-variable cost. There are other expenses for you to consider. There's raw materials, depending on the type of business that you have. There's a cost for advertising. Again, it is through advertising that you are now able to achieve visibility, reach, and impact. And you're able to reach the point where you're able to leverage advertising to build public confidence, trust, and credibility. So these are things that you need to ensure that factor in to your cost of doing business. Because in the absence of advertising, you will not be visible. And visibility play a tremendous role in helping your business to cash flow. Next step, we're going to talk about market research. And Jay Thompson and Allure Thompson, they love talking about market research. Allure recently talked about market research in her last broadcast. That was yesterday. So do you have a budget for market research? Why is market research so important? I'm going to give you a hint on that as I go a little further into today's broadcast. Is there a cost for branding and marketing? Now, branding and marketing is very important because branding and marketing is largely about you predetermining how you want the public to see your brand, how you want the consumers to feel about you, how you want them to know, like, and trust you. The branding is what's going to help you to accomplish that. There's a cost for that. Are you factoring all of those costs into your cost of doing business? All right. There's a vehicle cost, there's machine and maintenance, and there's property tax if you own a property in business. Are you thinking about all of this as a part of your cost? Now, because we are financial experts, I mean, all of these costs may scare you. But what if there's smarter ways in which you can incur these costs and mitigate them through smart income streams? I'm not going to talk about that today, but I'm just whetting your appetite. The sky's the limit when it comes to financial leverage. And at the right time, we'll go deeper into all of this for you. So we looked at two things today. We looked at the cost of running your business. And under the cost of running your business, we talk about your income projection. We talk about expenditure projection. Now, I'm coming to the last area that I want to talk about today, which is the cost, the cash flow game plan. And this is so important because guess what? Very often we see that you have what is known as the cash flow projection, you have your expenditure projection, but you don't have the cash flow game plan. All right. If you want to win in business, you need to have this too. All right. What exactly is the cash flow game plan? The cash flow game plan is a plan to cash flow the operation based on market intelligence. And you're now able to use this market intelligence to access, to build out your market access strategy. Now, when we talk of market intelligence, and again, Lou Thompson spoke about this yesterday. She spoke about, do you have demographic data? That's the kind of market intelligence that you need. Do you have psychographic data? That's the type of market intelligence that you need. Do you have geographic data? That's the type of market intelligence that you need. If you're in business and you're attempting to cash flow your brand and you're coming to a private equity investor and you cannot speak business and your finance from a data perspective, you're not ready for business and you're not going to get funded. Our role is to provide you with these type of information to ensure that you're prepared to go to any financial institution and to win when it comes to access and capital. So you can now leverage these funds into doing smart business. So your cash flow game plan means that you are market sensitive, you're market oriented, you have the market intelligence that is empowering you to make smart business decisions. All right. So the market access, I want to talk about this. Market access strategy is not exclusive to just advertising. You know, there might be someone in business who might be thinking, once I'm running my advertising and I'm optimizing visibility, it's going to give me market access. Yes. One of the things that I emphasize is that visibility is not reach, and reach is not impact. So there's so much that goes into market access. You want to be visible, you want to be reached, you want to make impact, so as to ensure that you're converting. But I want to deviate slightly from this as relates to things that you should look at when it comes to the market access. We talk about the importance of your business value proposition. And of course, the business value proposition is not only about your value offer to the consumer. What is your value offer to your team? Yes, what is your value offer to your team? Because if you have a demotivated workforce, if you have absenteeism and staff turnover, it's going to undermine your business potential to cash flow. Again, as a private equity investor, we're going to be looking at all of this. We're going to ensure that your value proposition is strong enough to impact the workforce, so as to ensure that you have a highly motivated workforce that are there day in and day out to cheer the vision on, to drive the success and innovation behind your operation. And this means that you have to be able to think about this as you look at your cash flow game plan. Your cash flow game plan is not only about cash flow maximization, divorced from looking at how to keep your workforce highly motivated. Its members of the workforce has to go into public relation. Its members of the workforce has to go into marketing. Its member of your team that has to provide quality customer care. And if they're demotivated, they're undermining the business potential to cash flow. And that is a complete no-no when it comes to doing business with us. So at Pitch Deck 101 LLC out of New York, at 10X B&M LLC out of America, we give you the support that you need to start business the right way. All right. I spoke early on about systemization. I spoke, and you need to ensure that your business is being built out in such a way that it is properly systemized. What do I mean here? Do you have a transparency system? Do you have an accountability system? Do you have a system that's going to allow you to scale your business up, transfer this body of knowledge? You need to focus on your accountability system. If you don't have one, I encourage you to connect with us at Pitch Deck 101 LLC. Our subject matter experts will be so happy to help you to systemize your operation, so you too can start thinking about becoming a franchise. So you too can start thinking about being ready for a merger and acquisition. You too can start thinking about perhaps going to an IPO. All of these possibilities exist. So there is so much to unpack here, and I don't want to necessarily unpack all of this information in one setting, because I really want to give you the information in chunk bites, so just enough for you to digest it. But I'm going to quickly go through 3 more concepts very quickly, just to run off today's session. We talk about market intelligence and access to market strategies. All I've just talked about just now is your strategies. But it's important for you to think about the human resource needs. And in building out your organization, I want you to see your organization chart from 3 different perspectives. One, I want you to see your strategic labor force. This is your board of directors. This is the top echelon of the organization, because it is not just setting up that organization chart and putting human resources to fill the various positions at the strategic level. Yes, you may have product innovation manager. Yes, you may have senior public relation personnel. You may have subject matter expert in finance. Now, if you have a subject matter expert on finance on your board of director and your business is struggling to access capital, you have a challenge here. Your financial expert should be able to help you to access debt, equity, credit, creative financing, and hard money lending. The financial expert should be able to help you to predetermine which financial mix is best for you. So what I'm emphasizing here is not just about having the human resources at the top echelon of the organization. It's about the effectiveness of the human resources at the top echelon of the organization to help move the vision of this organization forward. That is what is necessary, absolutely necessary. So you need to assess the quality talents that you're bringing into the organization. Now, if you don't have them, you may have to make a choice. If you are scouting around top universities and you're not able to find them, because talent is not necessarily unique, it's not average, it's not common, you may have to create a system to acclimatize people to start thinking in the way that you want them to think to move your vision forward. And there are ways in doing that. We can help you with all of that. So you look at your strategic, tactical, and operational team and ensure that you have the right body, the right composition of talent that is relevant to moving the vision forward. All right, because a lot can go wrong. All right, a lot can go wrong, and you want to be fully aware of this. You have technical resources and you have capital resources, and I'm going to close on capital resources here today. On this platform, you will hear me continue to emphasize the importance of financial resources, capital resources, as a cost of running a business. Everything that I just went through, they all represent cost. If you're going to employ human resources, there's going to be a cost for that. If you're going to do advertising to get visible, to get your brand out there, there's going to be a cost. Which one of these financial instruments is best for you to use? Debt, equity, credit, creative financing, or hard money lending? There's a lot of creative financing tools that is available to you. And if you use the right creative finance tools, Guess what? You have no interest to pay, you have no equity to pay back, and it's the cost of the capital is zero. But do you know the right instruments to be using? I will ask Jay to make a presentation on smart capital leverage. That perhaps this is where a lot of business startup need to start. So you don't have to worry about all the profits that the company is making. It has to go back into paying high interest rates, or it has to go back into end of year dividends. There's so much for us to talk about here, all right? Because one of the things that we emphasize is that each financial instruments operate different. All right, you see, with debt, you have monthly debt obligation because this is amortized and collateralized debt. And interest is calculated on debt from the time you actually get access to that debt. It's different on equity. You see, you could have $1 billion in equity financing and you have no debt obligation until the end of the year. Or depending on the type of agreement that you sign out, you have no debt obligation until the operation makes a profit. Do you understand which is the best financial instruments for you to use to achieve the business leverage, the financial leverage that you need? Jed would have talked about credit financing. Alu would have talked about credit financing. This is also another window where you're able to access, you know, tens of thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and you're able to access credit financing at 0% APR for 6 to about 21 months. Now, if you don't know how, I'm happy to say to you that we are partnering with multiple financial institutions in the US to help you achieve that. If you go right now to my website, which is pitchdeck101.org, you will be able to see some of our partners. Go directly to our contact page and you will see MB Capital. That's one of our financial partners. All right. You can go to that link and you yourself can try to make connection, or you come to us so we can help you in that negotiation process. You have DV. DV is one of the big banks that we have in America. We are also partnering with those companies. And guess what? When you open a bank account with those entities through us, we will ensure that some monies are deposited into your bank account. All right. There's a lot of plus in working with us. You come to us, let us help you get set up with these banks, and we will work with our bankers to ensure that they put some monies in your bank account to get you started. All right. So we are also partnering with T-Mobile. So if you're a foreign national and you go into America, you don't have a phone, you can come directly to us. We're going to talk to our partners at T-Mobile, and we're going to get you set up with your phone. All right. So there's a lot of advantages in working with us. So I trust that today you really enjoyed today's session. The main course of today, we talk about the cost of running your business. I trust that you had a lot of notes to take away here today. So with that being said, I want to thank each and every one of you who have been listening to us and the feedback that we are getting so far. I want to now bring Jada back to stage and Shakira back to stage, and ask you guys to just give your last remarks. See if you have anything else to add just before we pull the curtain down on today's program. Shakira.
Well, I just want to say that was a great job talking about financial projections, cash flow game, and just making sure that they have things set up correctly to get the funding. So I just want to reiterate, just go to pitchdeck101.org. There is a lot of support out here for you.
Thanks again, Shakira. And Jay Thompson, any last share you want to make?
all I want to say is that I really love your presentation on the cost of running business, and I believe that this is very important for any corporate individual that wants to get into business, because they should understand the cost of running a business. And once again, I really love today's program, and I can't wait for the next one. Thank you.
All right, thanks a million, Jed. So there you had it, the public. Today we covered a number of grounds. Jed spoke about 5 fundamentals that you need to understand when you are preparing to buy credit. And those information is so important for you to know. We have millions of people that are taking out, credit, and they just don't understand how the credit system works. We are here to provide you with that information to ensure that you win. So if we're giving you this information for free, can you imagine what we do for our clients? Can you imagine? So feel free to reach out to us at Pitch Deck so we can really help you to win in business, win in life. Shakira also spoke about down payment assistance. My. I really trust that you're pausing a little bit on what Dr. Shakira would have spoke about early on. What Dr. Shakira is saying is that you can go right now, identify a house that you want to buy. You don't have the money, don't worry about that. All right, we will put you in contact with government assistance, and they're willing to pay up to 3.5% of that total cost. If you need more, you don't have to worry about that. We're going to work with you to ensure that you get it. And this is what Dr. Shakira spoke about just now. So you can win. You might see a corporate property to set up your business. You don't have those monies, but you need assistance. Reach out to us at Pitch Deck 101 LLC and 10X B&M LLC out of New York. Assistance awaits you. Now, don't be like the camel that is at the well and refuse to drink the water. All right? Drink the water. This is healthy water for you to drink when you want to grow and scale your business. And of course, outside of what Shakira would have mentioned, we also talk about the cost of running your business. I also talk about, doing business can be so exciting. With business, you can retire early in life. With business, you have more time for your family, particularly when you learn how to apply the 20/80 rule. At another date, I will talk about that. The 20/80 rule gives you an opportunity to take back your time. So you're able to spend quality time with your family. So if you're a great leader and you want to ensure that you're passing the baton to your kids, you have the time because you build your business out with a strong ecosystem that the business can run in the absence of you. So you have more time for your family. You have more time to become the global thinker, social actors, and transformational leader to continue the expansion of your corporate vision. You cannot do that if you're micromanaging your dream. You cannot do that if you're doing everything in the organization. You want to segregate your role and optimize your performance, giving you a tremendous opportunity to grow and scale and expand your corporate vision. So I want to thank everyone for being here today. Tomorrow you will have again Dr. Felicia, and she's one of our financial specialists, and she will talk to you about a different type of financial tools to continue to whet your appetite of what we can do for you. So Jed, Shakira, Dr. Shakira, and Jed, I want to thank you all for being with us today. It has been such a pleasure. See you guys tomorrow.
All right, see you tomorrow too. Thank you.
Tomorrow.
All right, bye-bye.